Welcome back to Riff Ram Review right here on 88.7 The Choice. I'm Zion Trammell, joined by Ian Nepetian and Seth Dowdle. We got into this MLB season preview, but we're going to zone in on one division in particular, and that's the American League West, because we have an A's fan here, and we got two Rangers fans, and Seth and I. So we're gonna talk about this American League West. There were some. I guess there wasn't a ton of big moves that happened in the American League West. I think the biggest name was Josh Hader going to Houston, and certainly they have a monster back end of that bullpen. But their starting rotation might be a bit of an issue. What do you guys think about Houston?
Yeah, it's a lot like kind of last year, I feel like, in terms of Houston coming in into the season with what feels like a lot of lack of depth. I think that was the biggest thing last year that they faced. But again, somehow Houston always figures a way to figure it out and kind of get on with their season. But yeah, no, this year especially, I mean, you have, once again, an aging arm in Justin Verlander. But adding Josh Hader to the back of the bullpen definitely helps. I mean, he's just been so good over the last couple seasons. What, he was with the Brewers. Was he anywhere else after that? Did he go somewhere else after the Brewers?
The Padres.
That's right. He was with the Padres. Yeah, that's right. So I think it's a great move. Gave him a lot of money. But, again, the Astros always tend to figure it out. They've got a lot of veteran leadership there. So
Yeah, it sucks. So they probably will win the division.
Really? You think
they're discounting out my team?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Alex Wood, Ross Stripling.
Let's talk about the Oakland A's real quick because, Ross Stripling, Alex Wood, J.D. Davis, and Miguel Andujar.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Miguel Andujar does look like he's going to be out for a little bit. He just got injured in one of the last spring training games over in Arizona. But overall, I mean, the guys that we've brought in, I mean, it's the Giants rejects basically. Everyone that was on the Giants and not wanted, they came over here. But honestly, I'm excited that what we have added is some veteran leadership at the very minimum. That's what it is. I didn't want to add any more young guys to the team. Obviously, the A's have a very young team. And lots of young, exciting players, but our starting rotation definitely needed some bolstering up with guys that have been there and done that and have shown that they can pitch in the major leagues year after year after year. Because we had quite a few rookie pitchers last year, like J.P. Sears made 32 starts as a rookie, and that's great. That's great for his experience, but J.P. Sears as a rookie should not have to make 32 starts, right? And so I'm excited to get Alex Wood. He's going to be the opening day starter. The A's also picked up J.D. Davis, so that's kind of interesting to maybe see how that's going to work out. But really going into this season, I'm excited to see a lot of the young guys just continue to get to play. Shea Langeliers, this is going to be his third season. This is he's getting to that point where he needs to prove that his bat can keep him in the majors, because back-to-back seasons he's hit under 210, and he's a great catcher. He does have power, but he needs to start showing a more consistent bat at the plate. Zach Geloff is probably the biggest name on the A's right now. Really excited to see him get back to work. We saw him for, I want to say maybe like 40, 45 games last year. He batted .265. That was probably the best or second best on the team, frankly. So looking forward to him playing. Lawrence Butler in the outfield, looking forward to him as well. He's another one of the young guys. And then Esteury Ruiz and Ryan Noda, those are our two guys that are just on-base machines. Esteury Ruiz needs to kind of get on base more, and we need to utilize his speed a lot, because last season he had 58 stolen bases. So I'm excited. This year obviously is not, in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to be a big year, but I want to see improvement. I want to see the young guys get more experience. I'm hoping the A's can get to, 60, 65 wins, somewhere in between that. And I think that would be good, But for a couple of guys, though, for the A's, there's a couple of guys that are like Seth Brown, Nick Allen, who have been on this team for the last 3, 4, 5 years, who, for them, this is probably going to be their last shot at showing the A's and other possible major league teams that they still deserve a shot on another team as well.
Yeah. Brent Rooker, too.
Yeah, Brent Rooker as well. Yeah, coming off of a 30 home run season. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I am actually excited for the season. I know if you ask any other A's fan, they're probably not really excited, but I'm excited for the young talent. That's really what it is. And ultimately, I just want to see improvement at this point. So
Yeah, I like Zach Geloff.
Yeah.
Good baseball player.
Yeah.
I can already see the A's beating the Rangers 2-1, where Zach Geloff hits a 2-run home run
you go.
and Esteury Ruiz
Yeah.
gets on base.
Jordan Diaz as well, young infielder for the A's. So yeah, just really all around the board. It's a bunch of young guys, and just want to get those guys more experience. And you're going to be in a division where you're playing a lot of guys that are veterans. You're playing a team that just came off the back of a World Series title. Within that as well, you're playing, a good squad in Seattle. You've got great veterans, on the Houston Astros that you're going to have to go play against as well, and so they're in a division where the competition is very high. So there's not a lot of room for error. Now there will be lots of error this year for the A's on hitting and the pitching side, but that's natural with kind of the situation we're in. But still, just have to be as positive as possible,
Yeah, you gonna try and make it out to the Coliseum? At some point in the summer?
I definitely want to. I'm hoping in the summer I can at least go back for a couple weeks into California and go see the Coliseum. I didn't go last year at all, so that was the first time in probably about 10 or 12 years I had not been to the Coliseum.
I went to more games at the Coliseum than you did.
Yeah, it was. It's very unnatural for me to not go see the A's at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And it means that they have to really be bad
Yeah.
for me to not go, and also schedule-wise too. But yeah.
Seth,
What are my comments on the A's? Is that what you're about to ask me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
We gotta get you to the Coliseum.
Oh,
Yeah, we
that's
do
right.
because very limited opportunities at this point, potentially.
You might have 3 more years, actually.
This is a good
you
point.
might.
I might go see the A's in Oracle next year.
Oh my gosh.
That would be crazy. Oh, wow.
Well, yeah. It probably won't happen this summer.
Dang it.
Come on, man. You have to come see the troughs and all that,
There,
Experience the Oakland Coliseum bathrooms at the
yes.
least.
I'll go to like a Texas rest stop or something like that if I want to see that.
That's
the
nicer.
Coliseum, it's something you just have, it's something you have to see.
I'll be in Rome. I'll see I will see a
A
Coliseum.
Coliseum.
We'll see the original.
Yeah.
They tried to replicate it in Oakland, and they put a baseball field in the middle of it.
The Coliseum did have its charm back in the day when this team was really competitive, and that still does, but there's just not any fans there anymore. But when it was packed, there was a charm there that really stood out.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, the Coliseum is always going to be nice. I mean, I go there and I'm just like, yeah, I love watching games on the TV more so.
Yeah.
Because you don't see all the cracks and the disgusting
The
things
rats.
you do. Yeah, the rats, the literal rally possums in the
Yeah.
stadium.
It didn't have that back in the day. It didn't.
So,
Anyways, let's move on from Oakland. Let's talk about the better team, the Texas Rangers. They
It's true, Ian. We're sorry.
you guys suck.
they're coming off a pretty cool season where they won the World Series. So, Seth, what are your kind of expectations coming into this season?
My expectations are to just have a nice, fun little time. That's pretty much all it is. I want this season to be a little party, especially the first week. We've celebrated enough. Let's celebrate again, and then we can get into actual baseball. It's kind of there's a lot of questions around the rotation for the first half of the year that certainly damper some of my expectations otherwise. But the lineup still is going to bash, I think, and there's some really exciting young pieces. We're going to get to see a full season of Evan Carter, which is very exciting. I'm very excited to watch Wyatt Langford hit in the major leagues. It was less than a year ago that he was playing in Omaha at the College World Series for Florida, and now he will be in the opening day starting lineup on Thursday. So that is very, very, very cool. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how this, this celebration and tour to go on and defend this title goes. I don't know how it will go. I don't think that they will win the World Series this year. But I certainly expect to compete for the division and make the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's okay. They don't need to win another World Series for me to be happy. At this point, what I want from the Rangers is continued success and not this just be like a World Series hangover where they're struggling, and you certainly don't want to run into that. I want to see continued success where they're making the playoffs, making deep runs, and if they don't win the World Series, that's fine. I just want to see competitive baseball because the last 2 times the Rangers were really good, those really good runs lasted like 2 years. The 2010-2011 run kind of faltered a little bit after that. Then 2015 and 16, they made the playoffs, had 90-plus wins, and then sucked after that. So I want to see continued success. And I'm really excited for the young guys and for Wyatt Langford. I mean, do you realize how good you have to be in college baseball a year ago and be in the opening day lineup of the reigning World Series champs? Like, you have to be insane. And that's what Wyatt Langford has been doing in spring training. He's been insane. He's been incredible.
Yeah, the lineup is no question. The starting rotation, though, I think we can get into that a little bit. Obviously, Jordan Montgomery will not be in the starting rotation for the Rangers this season. I've like given up hope that he will be on the Rangers ever again, but I still have like a little my pinky and my ring finger are crossed behind my back right now that he signs a 1-year deal. Actually, Jordan, this is my advice: just sign with someone, please. Now, it would be good. But I mean, Evaldi's going to start opening day, and then after that, it's just a bunch of guys that have been good. We've seen them been good before, but can they do that for a whole season is a question.
Yeah, I think Dane Dunning should be fine. Whether hitters adjust to him or not will be interesting to see, but I think Dane Dunning will be fine. But yeah, you start to get into what are we going to get from John Gray. Michael Lorenzen probably will start here and there. Cody Bradford, Andrew Heaney. We saw the inconsistencies with them, and so yeah, that certainly is a question mark. But hey, the second half of the season, in a perfect scenario, you could end up having Scherzer, DeGrom, Evaldi as your, and then have other guys fill in from there. But
yeah, in the best case scenario, it is the ending to the Two Towers where Gandalf comes in with the cavalry to save everyone.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I am expecting anything from DeGrom this season. I am expecting Scherzer to come back and hopefully contribute. DeGrom, probably like August. That's my guess is when he would return.
Yep.
Yeah, probably. Scherzer should be back in June, at the best, late May.
Yeah.
Scherzer was a back one, right? Was that a back injury?
Yeah.
Herniated disc.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, gee.
Gotta get to the chiropractor, man.
Yeah, man. Get your back adjusted.
Yeah, they added some veteran bullpen arms with Kirby Yates and David Robertson to kind of bolster what was such a bad bullpen last season. But
at least that's probably going to be better. I'm very hopeful that will be fine.
Yes, that should be better. And so for me, for Texas to get 90+ wins, that's kind of the expectation. And if you win the division, great. If not, whatever.
Make a run.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't win the division last year, and we're fine. So that's obviously not the end-all, be-all. Final thing, let's briefly talk about the Mariners. Solid rotation. They stole Mitch Garver from us. Bad. Don't do that ever again. And then they added. That's pretty much all they added, and they got rid of a lot of people. And then you could argue they probably maybe got better, in a certain sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
maybe
they did. Yeah.
Because, I mean, their problem is not pitching. It's just that the offense is very inconsistent. Yep. And they got rid of the inconsistent bats, and now they're kind of hopeful on like a lot of unproven people. Beside Mitch Garver, obviously, he's proven.
They got Jorge Polanco.
Ooh. I
on
like
their
that.
team.
If this
From
was
the Twins?
If this was 2019, I would love that.
Yeah.
It is not, though.
Their infield, Luis Urias is there, too.
Yeah. Luis Ariz.
No. Urias.
Okay.
No, not the good one.
Luis
Not the good
Urias.
one. Yeah. Or I don't know how to say if that's.
I was like, hold on, Luis Urias is not on the Mariners.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah, no,
I would be dropping bricks in my pants right now.
Yeah, not the good one. Taylor Trammell is really gonna be a monster.
Yeah, in my OOTP franchise, actually, he was pretty good. So I actually have a lot of hope that
he's gonna be a
proven.
beast. Why? Well, he's got a cool last name.
Because he's a baseball player.
Yeah, he's got a cool last name. So, the Angels.
Oh.
All right, so that's the end of this.
Gosh, poor LA.
So I don't know.
The LA Trouts.
So Shohei Ohtani is no longer on the team. Anthony Rendon does not want to be there.
Yeah.
Ron Washington, though, he's going to fix him. That's my hope.
I hope not. Respectfully, I love Wash.
His personality, that's what I mean. He's going to fix his personality.
Yeah.
I love Ron Washington. We had this little conversation off the air before the segment, and I said I want Ron Washington to do well, but I want the Angels to suck. And that really just does not happen. That there's not really a world in which that happens. So
What I hate is that they are setting him up to fail.
yep.
Who's their opening day starter?
Ooh.
Detmers.
Ooh, let's look.
Let's see, Angels.
This is fun.
They are setting him up for failure though. And Wash, man, best of luck, dude. Best of luck.
Detmers, Sandoval, Tyler Anderson. Yikes, man.
Their opening day starter is, drumroll please, Pablo Sandoval.
Patrick Sandoval.
Sorry.
It's like
Patrick
what?
Sandoval.
I know they're not great, but man, that's
Sorry.
desperate.
My bad, everyone. I saw P Sandoval and I just said what first came to my head.
That's funny.
They got Aaron Hicks. Look at that.
Ah.
Aaron Hicks. Oh my.
I
I was thinking about the Ranger and Aaron Hicks for a second. Do you guys remember who that was?
who?
Back in 2012, 2014, there's a Ranger. He played on the Rangers and the A's for like 2-3 seasons. Aaron Hicks. Yeah.
This man, I do not remember this man.
No, I don't. But yeah, the Angels will be a team. They will go out there. There are more players on the A's that I'm excited to see than the Angels, honestly. I mean, that team,
Yeah.
besides Trout, is just like, because the A's are just they're fun.
it.
Like they're fun. We'll see how they. I'm interested to see how they get through 162 games, and
Yeah,
whereas the Angels is just like, gosh, why? How have you done this? How did you not do anything with Shohei or Trout?
I loved how last year they were like, they pushed all their chips to the middle of the table, and then they released all of them a month later.
That's right, they did. They just said, "Here, we're gonna give away everyone." Matt Moore and God, I can't even remember the other guys, but yeah, this is so.
Lucas Giolito, Reynaldo
Yes,
Lopez. They traded
that's
for all
right.
of them, and then they cut all of them immediately.
Brandon Hicks.
Brandon
Well,
Hicks.
okay, yes, I do remember him very, not vividly, but yes, I know the name. I was like, Aaron
not
Hicks
Aaron Hicks.
does not exist.
Brandon Hicks.
That actually doesn't help.
He
but-
hit a 2-run walk-off homer against the Rangers when he was with the A's to right center field. He sucked, but
on that
I just
day,
remembered him.
On that day, he was a hero.
On that day, he was a hero.
He was a baller. Quickly, do you guys? Who's winning the division?
Oakland. No.
Is this the reverse order?
Who's winning the division? I mean,
Is it the Rangers? Is it the Astros? I'm gonna say the Rangers.
I think Rangers are going to struggle in the first half of the season, and it's going to be too much to come back in the second half. I think it'll be Astros Rangers, 1 and 2, but yeah.
I'll
So,
go.
Astros.
I'll go Houston. I think that's like the best bet. I slightly agree with you, Ian. I think they'll struggle to a certain degree. I
Yeah.
think they'll be able to hit their way to some wins, though.
They will. They definitely will. I think if the Rangers can get into the All-Star break,
10 games. above
I'm kind of thinking 10 games above 500. That's good. That's a good point to be at. And any more, great. Any less, and you're like, okay,
Might be tough.
might be a little tough, but hey, we can still work with it.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
Yeah, and obviously we don't know what any team will do at the trade deadline.
Yeah, exactly.
That actually that throws a whole wrench into what I just said. Okay, crap.
We're going to take a break. The Rangers will open up their season on Thursday, taking on the Cubs. But we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to do a fun segment with some March Madness right here on Riff Ram Review.